Guys, my name's Chris. Welcome back to the officialweartesters.com YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at these bad boys right here. Or, sorry, keep messing this up. Bad boys is reserved for dope hoop shoes that I have hooped in that I find dope.
But technically you have tested.
This is true.
So.
This is true. And I do think that these are pretty much bad boys on court, believe it or not. There's no cushion. None. But still, these are meant for lifestyle nowadays. You know what I mean? We're a little far removed from 1985, so PYTs it is. But these are I don't know what they're called. Are these called the bread toes? Or the red toes? Or like, what are they called? It's just the Jordan 1 mid. They don't really have a nickname. What are you laughing about?
I don't even want to say it. I'm going to get a lot of hate. But bread toes sounds so dumb. I'm just saying.
Is that a shoe name though? I swear that that's a name though, right?
I think it is, but like...
It's for like a high version though, yeah?
Are you trying to make me hungry? You're gonna go make me a sandwich? Why are we talking about bread toes?
What is bread and toes? You don't eat that.
Exactly.
That's nasty. That's like toe jam toes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Get some jelly with your bread.
No, hell no. That's so gross. It's a fetish somewhere on Pornhub, I bet. I bet. But anyways, whatever these are called, these are popping right now, man. These are like selling through, which is crazy because it's a Jordan 1 mid. We actually did a review on the Jordan 1 mids. Was it last year?
We did a few of them.
It was last year though?
Yeah.
Was last year when the Jordan 1 mid had its resurgence?
Yeah, we did the pine green one.
That was the first one that we did.
Yeah.
And those were the first to catch my eye because they looked good. Not just the color blocking, but the materials. Like I was like, oh, did they like make an effort? Because the Jordan 1 mid has kind of been like the redheaded stepchild of the Jordan line, where it's just like, yo, just every color, just pump them out. You know what I mean? Nowadays, they're almost mimicking popular high colorways with this like white panel and stuff like that. Because I think there is oh, that's what these look like. These look like the 85 cuts. I was like, man, what the f do they look like? There's too many Jordan 1s, which is not a bad thing. Like I said before, put them out in every color. These are actually a mix of two shoes. I think one of them is the bread toe with the white panel, and the other one is the 85 cut that just released for All-Star that look like that with the reverse bread or whatever. It's the bread thing that I don't like. I don't like the nickname bread. I just say it because that's what everybody refers to, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, these are super popular right now. These are not my size. These are, well, it doesn't even matter what size they are because they're getting given away because we have a Discord community. You can check the link in the description box if you were curious on what that means. But basically, those people are awesome, man. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's like a great place to be with like-minded people where there's not that trolling aspect, you know? Like with YouTube comments or social media comments, there's always like that room for, oh, that person didn't like the way that I typed. And we don't have those problems over at the Discord community, man. It's just a bunch of cool people that like sneakers, that like talking about sneakers.
Whoa, this is amazing.
And these are actually getting given away to one of them because we have two tiers. We have blue and gold. If you're an X-Men fan, you already know what that means, man. You just do. But gold team members, they get a special perk that the other tier does not get. Although sometimes we do give away stuff to the blue team and stuff, like especially during holiday season. They're all awesome. Like they're the reason why this channel runs as smoothly as it does. Not because of all the work, because that's me, you, and Drew, but they help make sure that we can get stuff like this so that we can review it as often and quickly as possible. And then what we like to do afterwards is we give back to them.
Awesome.
As for these guys right here, this is the Air Jordan 1 mid. I actually think they're pretty fresh. What do you think? Okay, she doesn't like them. It's that simple. The long pause, you just know. And then that. Okay? That's all you got. That's all you got. You know that she's not f***ing with these. Now these, to me, I don't think they look that bad. They don't look bad at all. The only thing that throws me off is that white tongue in the middle of all this sea of black.
That's
you know what I mean?
thing. I don't particularly love the black
toe?
Yes.
Just in general?
Yeah,
or?
like I would think I'd like it so much more if it was white going up into the white tongue.
Well, yo, if these had the white toe, you know what they would be?
Regulars?
Chicago's, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just would be a Chicago Air Jordan 1 mid, which I would be cool with. But as far as an Air Jordan 1 mid goes, they're just like an Air Jordan 1 high in terms of tech specs and fit. So if you're looking for a pair, all you got to do is make sure that you go true to size. Again, they have no cushion, which is technically not true, because technically an Air Jordan 1 is a rubber cup sole
with an encapsulated air unit in the heel.
Inside of what? An EVA wedge.
Yes, I was like, what comes before wedge?
so right here till about the midfoot, right? There's just a wedge of EVA. Think about like old school runners and high in the back, trims out to almost nothing in the front, but inside of a shoe, or inside the cupsole, okay? And then inside of that foam, there's a air unit. You can't feel it because there's nowhere for anything to expand because it's locked inside of this thing, but it's there. And then the forefoot is literally floor level. Talk about court feel. If you're looking for court feel, this is it. You're not gonna get any closer to the ground unless you wear no shoes at all. However, they got the best traction of all time. But those are pretty much the tech specs as far as an Air Jordan 1 goes, whether they're the mids, lows, highs, OG lows. There's so many different versions now of an Air Jordan 1. A lot of people scoff at or raise their nose to the Air Jordan 1 mids because now there's the high version, the OG high. Now there's the 85 cut is what I think they're calling it. So like these are like extra like boo-boo to a good number of sneaker people and stuff. However, these are great sellers all the time, especially in China. Like the people over in China love their ones. And there was a time in which this was all we got, and it wasn't until 2013-ish when they revamped the one a little bit, made the OG high, and even since then they've revamped that just within the OG high line, and then they revamped it again for the 85 cut. Confused yet?
I just know there's an extra lace hole that makes it one a high and one
well,
not.
you're skipping ahead a little bit. You're skipping ahead a little bit, okay? Now the materials on these guys are just, they're whatever. I assume that they're vegan friendly because I don't think that there's much genuine leather in here. However, that sticker's not in here. That sticker that says that these are synthetic. So, like me and you have talked about, they need to do a better job at explaining because what is this? It's definitely not real leather, but there could be traces of real leather in here. Like even when they did the Fly Ease, not Fly Ease, Fly Leather. Fly Ease is an easy entry shoe. The Fly Leather is the synthetic and scraps that they recycle basically and then reuse. They use it a lot in like their Air Force Ones, and I assume in shoes like this, where they're just constantly in production because that's a lot of cows. You know
They do
what I
it
mean?
in the Cortez as well.
That's a good one too, because those are also just heavily produced. They're in every store, whether it's a Foot Locker or a Famous Footwear. There could be traces of actual leather in here. It's funny though, because the US, the government, you only need a certain percentage of actual leather in the shoes, in the leather itself, for it to be considered genuine leather. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's just weird.
Well, loopholes are funny like that anyways. It's like the Converse where if there's fabric on the bottom of the sole.
It's now a sandal.
No, I think it's considered a slipper, right?
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
While you're thinking of
The Huarache.
Yes, the Huaraches are considered a sandal.
And they're clearly not. I think that is super weird, but give it to an American corporation like Nike to figure out the intricacies of the US, because all you need is a certain amount of leather within leather for them to not falsely advertise that it's genuine. Now, what I was trying to not skip ahead to, which we're jumping the gun just a little bit, but I've done reviews on not just the Air Jordan 1, but the Air Jordan 1 Mid and just Jordan 1s in general so many times that honestly it's a little bit boring to talk about them all the time the same way. Rubber cupsole, EVA wedge, encapsulated air sole unit, yada yada yada, to the point to where you now know everything there is to know about an Air Jordan 1. I figured that I would do something a little bit different now, where we're going to talk about what makes the difference between these, the Air Jordan 1 High, OG or whatever, and an Air Jordan 1 Mid. Now the first thing that you're going to notice is it's all about presentation. These guys right here are clearly the more affordable between the two. They're the lesser priced of the options. These say 160, these say 115, so clearly there's a difference there, and it's not just the collar height. Presentation is everything. These, you just get a standard Air Jordan 1 box, which is kind of lame. Like an Air Jordan 1 clearly comes in this old school retro style box. I do feel like the Jordan 1 Mid, it's been in production long enough to where they should get their own something. So once you open the box, you're gonna have two different experiences again. This one, they're trying to give you that OG experience, and this one, it's just a regular shoe experience. So back in the day, you used to pull the paper back, you used to pull these out, they'd come unlaced, just like this, versus these guys that come pre-laced. And then the next thing is that sometimes, especially nowadays, these come with additional sets of laces. Whereas these guys right here, they should actually come with at least one extra set, especially when you got color blocking like this. Give me some white laces. These are cheap as shit. And then the next thing is that they, like what you were saying,
The mids have one less hole.
something like that. One less hole. That's the way to talk to a man right there. So the mids right here, they have 8 eyelets. The highs have 9. That guy right there is the extra guy. And they are higher. When you put them next to each other, there's clearly a height difference. However, way back in the day, 1985-ish, Jordan was actually playing in cuts like this. I don't know why. Maybe he liked the range of motion or whatever, I'm not sure. I also think that it was Nike in its infancy, and so basketball was still not new, but having a signature athlete for them was. And so trying to cater to his needs, especially an athlete like him, like that kind of caliber of athlete, I think it was all new to them. So like this is all kind of like a first works for Nike and then what would eventually become the Jordan brand. And then lastly, the main difference between the two, because tech specs are identical, okay? They use the same exact tooling and all that stuff. You have the quality. Quality is two separate beasts, which is why most likely there's that price jump between the two. Not just because these are supposed to be more like the original, but also because these guys right here are just cheap as. The best way to be able to tell is to feel it, because by looking at it, all of these kind of leathers have a polyurethane coat on them. So it's the thing that gives them their color, right? Because there's no red cows. Whatever color the cow's hide is when it comes into the leather tannery before it gets all bleached and chemicalized and all that stuff. Is it chemicalized a word? I don't think it is.
I think we just made it one.
I'm gonna work with it, man, before they get all Joker on you and take their chemical bath, okay? So the polyurethane coat is on every type of leather because this is not normal. PU coats can vary. Some can be soft, some can be thick and hard. Stop it. So just by looking at it, you cannot tell the difference usually between quality. Obviously, if it's tumbled, that will fool a lot of people. People are like, oh my God, shattered backboard leather, even though it's just the way that it was coated. So if you feel them, you'll definitely tell a difference. This guy right here is super soft, practically creases just by looking at it. And this guy right here, you're gonna have to break the f out of these in, man, because like these are just stiff as shit. And then the next thing is that the way that they finish the shoe off is, so like these guys right here, they round the edges because what I believe, the materials is just really, really cheap. What I figure is that they're just kind of like hiding the poor quality. It also gives it a slightly cleaner look. However, there's nothing better than like looking at the raw edge cut of leather and seeing exactly what's in there. And so that's what you get with an Air Jordan 1 High OG and even the 85 cut. But other than that, that is pretty much the differences between these guys. There's not a whole lot other than the quality of materials. That I think is the main one. Otherwise, from far away, don't they just look the same?
Yep.
Right. But that pretty much takes care of it for these guys right here. A lot of people have been asking about these. This is clearly a popular colorway. I think the Air Jordan 1 mids are dope, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Did you want to put the winner right here? Yeah, is that the corner?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're part of our Discord, you're the winner. This is not an open entry. There's already a winner. You don't have to type, I want to enter. There's no entry. The entry is your Discord membership, because everybody wins when you're part of Wear Testers.
I guarantee it.
But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Did you grab a pair? Did you not? And with that being said, thanks again, and until next time, guys.